Today is day 11 class. Okay. And date is 27/09. Yes. So as part of yesterday's class, so what we have discussed, about the PDL, DML, DQL, and TCL commands, and what are the syntaxes for this, and how we can write this queries for this by using this commands, and what are the like how we have to design, especially like how we have to design the query by using these commands, right? So like in DDL we have a create.
Insert, update.
Yeah, update though, that's fine. So we just want to check with the syntaxes again. Okay. And let me create this syntaxes again. And also you can help me like while writing this query. Okay. So that is what like create. After that, what can I do? What I have to write?
Alter.
No, the command is fine. So can you tell me the syntax? I want to create a table as EMP.
Create table name,
Okay, table name,
data types.
data types. Okay. So you have to decide the column names, right?
Yeah, column.
Right. So EMP number. Okay.
EMP
Then
name.
after that, it will come to the name, data type. Okay. EMP name.
అందరూ అనుకోవాలి కొట్టాడడం సరిపోతుంది.
Can you mute yourself? Hello. Okay. So EMP name, varchar, and the salary. Salary should be float. Okay. This is how we are writing the query to create a table. Okay. So here the why the table is there, because we are dealing with the structure of the table, and that is a DAL command, and we are going to tell the database to create what we are going to create. Okay. Remember, so our DDL we have to use the after the command we have to use table as the thing, and then name, because you can create a viewer index here also by using the create command. So that is why what we are going to do, so otherwise the database will be confused, right? So what you are going to create, it will be confused, right? So you have to mention that you are going to create a table, and same way the alter is also there. So if you want to do alteration of this table, okay, if you want to do them add something to this table, alter table, the table name, and you can write, so you can add the create date. And after that you are going to add a column of create date, so the data type should be date. Okay, so the date is always like a see, whatever you are writing that, the date will have a different format in a database that we are seeing now. We will see now. So every database will follow one format of the data type, date data type. Okay, so while inserting that data, right, for the this create date or any other date, modified data, effective date, something like that, right? So you have to follow that format, otherwise the database will throw you an error. That we'll do now. Okay, and that is what. And drop is nothing but we are going to dropping this entire table.
Delete the table.
Okay, table drop table, and the table name is
Employee.
okay. And also truncate table name. Okay, that means we are going to delete the complete data of the table, and structure remains the same. Okay, here we are going to delete structure. Okay, and coming to the DML. DML will have what are the commands? Insert and update and delete. Fine. So what is the insert command? Tell me. How can I want to insert the data into the EMP table.
Insert into
Okay.
table name,
Yep.
employee number.
See, you have to tell like a database, right? First, what you are mentioning, right? Database, you have to mention to the database that this is a columns. We are going to enter the data, employee number or EMP name and whatever salary. Okay. These columns. So it is not mandatory that all the columns should have to enter the data in the insert query. Okay, whatever the columns you require, that data only you can enter. Okay, in some cases, in some databases, this is not required. Columns is not required. Okay, in some database you have to mention it here like that. And after that, for these columns, okay, for these columns, what are the data going to be entered? That is called as values. Okay, so values and open bracket, and this is 101. And for EMP name, like it is a name or a string value, right? So we are going to enter like this. Okay, and the salary is a float, so something like this. I'm going to enter. So this is the insert query to enter the data into the EMP table. Okay, and update table name, and we have what is that? Tell me. We have discussed yesterday, right? So set, fine. So update is nothing but, so we are going to update, and set is nothing but what we are setting on the particular table, right? So on particular column, what we are going to set. Okay, suppose like create date. Okay, I want to update that create date is like something like 23/09/2023. Okay, so this is the update command where you are going to change the create date column data for entire table. Okay, for entire table, you are going to set this. Okay, if you want to do the particular record, so you can use the where class. Okay, that we'll see. And delete. What is the delete? Delete EMP table. Actually, delete is used by using the from table, from which table we are going to delete the data. So delete will delete the entire data of the EMP table. Okay, here you might have get some like doubts, right? So what is the difference between drop, truncate, and delete? What is the difference between drop, truncate, and delete? Can you tell me? By looking at this, can you tell me what is the difference between?
For the drop table, we delete the whole data, where truncate is the data within the table.
Okay, what is delete means?
Delete is a particular data or a row in a table to delete a particular row.
But even though like you can delete the complete records from the delete, right?
No. Drop the table means the structure will also delete from database.
Yes.
Delete means it will delete only data. Truncate also same, but if you use delete, we can roll back.
It will delete the data and we can get it back. Truncate
Yes.
means once we delete the data, we cannot get it back.
Yes. Okay. So thing is that, so why we can't get it back means when you use the commit, when you use the truncate, right, commit will be fetched automatically in the database. Okay. The save button, whatever you are using the save button in the word, right? So that save button in a database, the commit will be automatically did in a database level by default. But when it comes to delete, we have to do the external commit. That is the thing. Okay. So I will repeat again. So whatever you said, that is correct. Okay. First thing, like drop and truncate will be available in the DDL, data definition language. When it comes to the delete, it will be available data manipulation language. The first thing. And the second thing, whatever drop and truncate, when you are doing the drop, right? So it will remove the structure of the table. Table structure, complete table will be erased. And the table structure remains same. Data will be deleted and it will be internal, like the database will perform the commit by default. Okay. When it comes to delete, the external commit should be happen. Okay. This is the second thing. And third thing, like, so here in a drop or truncate, you can't use the where class. Okay. Wherever like in a truncate, you can't delete the particular record. When you are going to use the truncate, you have to delete the entire table again. Okay, entire table data. But where it comes to delete, right? So you can use the where class. Okay, for particular record, you can delete. So this is the difference. This is one of the interview question. So you might get this question in the interview. So whatever you're telling, right? So go with the process, right? First, you go with the DDL. It is in a DML, and you have to tell this is the structure, about the structure of the table, and this is about the data of the table, and this is about the particular record of the table. And also the transaction level, when you are did the truncate, it will perform the default commit, and whenever you use the delete, it will perform the external commit. Clear? That is one thing. And select is the simple thing. That is, we are going to use a select start from here. Okay. And the transaction, just I said, like commit, roll back. Okay. So these are the things we have seen yesterday. So we will practice this one. So currently I'm using the Microsoft SQL Server. Okay. If you want, you can use, you can install in your own system. So you, or else you can find the SQL developer or Oracle. So there also you can do the practice. So now once you do this, you can start the practicing on SQL. Okay. So like see in a real time also, you will see the Microsoft management and like Microsoft SQL screen like this only. So you will see here like here the database engine is right. So when you are clicking right, so here it will show the databases. Whatever the databases you have to enter, you can enter. And this is the my Windows authentication, right? You can say like this and click on connect. So it will be add here. Okay. And also to perform the queries level, right? And even you can see here the tables, what are the tables available, system tables and the database snapshots or something like that. But the system tables, right? Here we will have a different data marts here. This is one more data mart, and this is the data mart. And like this, we would have in a real-time project, you will have this data mart. Okay. The same thing you can find in the SQL developer. I will show you that also. But this is how like you can find the what are the tables available here. Okay. And you can see like if you are not able, if you want to see the columns available, what are the columns available here? Here you can see that is the constraints and the data type and all those things. Okay. You can find like this. And also there is a command, there is a query that is also we can use. By using that, you can see. Fine. So now I'm opening the here. You can see the new query window, right? So this is what where we are able to see. This is a session, right? This is called as a session. Okay. When we enter this, we are going to connect with the database with this new session. Okay, that is fine. So now we will see what are the table available. Okay, let me see like whether we have a employee table here. Yeah, we have a table. I'm going to drop it. drop table name EMB. Fine. So command successfully. Now I'm going to create a table. Tell me, create table name, entry number. So what I said, like here, I'm going to give int. Okay. And EMP name,
Varchar.
varchar, right? Varchar. And salary, float. Okay. And I'm not going to give a created, so I'm going to do the alter. Okay. And see, like if I did something like this, we'll see what is the error. Okay, I'm not going to give here like mode size, and for the float no need to require a size. Okay, what is the error? Can you read it? Column parameter or a variable cannot specify a column width on data type int. That is what like this Microsoft SQL, right? So my MS SQL. So what they want to do, like they want to give the size for the integer value by default. So if you are going to give any size, right, it will throw in error. So even if you can see here, the red mark is there, right? This red mark denotes, right, there is something is wrong in your query. Okay. And what type of error is this? Is this a syntactical error?
Compiling error.
Compiler.
No, this is not a compile error. So you can write this sizes, right? But whenever it is throwing error, throwing this query to it's shooting this query to the database, right? Database throwing this error. Okay.
Runtime error, no?
Runtime error. So if you see, this is the select star from EMP. Is this the syntax? Any syntax errors here? No, right? So
No.
if you execute it, see, invalid object name. Because the syntax is correct. Whatever you're telling, right, that is correct. But thing is that as per the structured query language, the syntax is correct. This is also the structured query language, the syntax is correct. But whatever the database is not allowing to do that, that means it is a runtime error. Okay, this query is going to be compiled and going to be hit to the database, and database thrown you the error. That error is something like you can't specify this weight. Got it? Syntax error is nothing, something like that. See, incorrect syntax near the keyword. This is compiled error. Okay, and I'm going to give the int here. So now it's clear. And now you can see that is what I'm going to give this here. Is this fine? Here in my MS SQL, right? You can give the size or you cannot give the size. That is also fine for the varchar. And float, it will be fine. I'm executing it. Command completed successfully. Clear? So now you can select this employee table. See, table is created, right? The same thing, I will open this SQL server. You can practice this in a SQL developer, Oracle, as well as the MS SQL, whatever you choose. Start practicing. So now it seems like very easy. Okay. So after some classes, you might forget this, all these commands and all these things. Okay. So do practice so that you can remember. The VM, right? So it will be a bit lazy. It will take time. Till that, we'll go to the alter. So tell me that I want to add one column that is created. Okay. Can you tell me the command? Can you tell me the query? How can I do that adding of column?
Alter,
Alter.
table name, add,
Alter, just a minute. Table and
table
table
name,
name. Yes.
add
Okay.
the particular column which you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. We'll work it. What is the error?
The
Read it, come on.
definition for column create must
Data type,
include a data type. So you have to
Right?
include the data type.
See,
Date.
right. Okay. So of course, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, you are doing the mistakes and you have to rectify it, right? So that is what, like in a learning, right? While learning, we have to get the errors. How many number of errors you got it right? So how the things are you are learning. Okay. How many things you are learning is means how many errors you got it. Okay. Now it is fine.
Yeah, it's fine now.
Done. Okay. So now I'm able to create a table and I'm able to alter this column. Okay, I want to remove this with the same, like by using the alter. Can you tell me? Alter,
We have to use drop table name, drop,
drop,
same create date,
create,
date.
okay, we'll see. Syntax error.
Delete delete we need to use instead of drop.
No, drop is fine because you want to delete it permanently, right? So delete is always deals with what, like again, like you are confusing. So when you're dealing with the structure or the table structure, something like that, you have to go with a drop only. You have to deal with the DDL only, right? Not with the delete. Delete will deal with the manipulation and data, right? Actually, the thing is that you have to mention in a table what you are going to drop, right? Here, you have to mention this is a column where I'm going to drop, and that column is created. So while deleting, why we need a data type, right? It's a common thing, right? Common to think, right? That why we need a data type to give the remove by while remove, right? Right. So once you are deleting a column, is the thing where you will remove the data type as well, right? So no need to give the data type, but you have to tell that database that what you are going to delete in the structure, right? So that is how like drop column and create it is the column. Fine. So now it will be what? See. See. Do we have a created here? No. But anyhow, I need to insert the data. I'm adding one more time to the table that is created. Okay. So we'll show you how the SQL developer will be looks like. Okay. This is a SQL developer. So where it is going to be connect with the database or Oracle database. So this is the tool, right? So just like a MS SQL is going to connect with the MS server, same like this. So SQL developer is a tool. Okay. So SQL developer is an application. We can say this application is going to connect with the Oracle database. Okay, so it's a like a user-friendly application. So where you can connect with this, we can use this to connect the database. See, now I will show you some things here. Like you have to enter these things even in a real-time project, right? So you have to get, if you are working on the SQL developer, you have to get this all these things. So okay, connection name is this thing and username is a Scott. Scott is a free source. Okay, Scott and Tiger is a free source of this particular database. Okay, so and here you can see the local host name and a port. These are all you have to get it from the project level, project things. Okay, but for the always remember the free source will have these things. Host name is localhost and port name is 1521 only. But in coming to the projects, right? In projects, the free source will not be used. Always they will use the billable source, right? So that is what like how the what is the difference between that this free source and all those things, right? So thing is that so there is a two type of additions in every application or any software. So thing is that that is the business concept. You can think like there is a business concept or something else. See, like you might have observed, right? So when you are subscribing Prime, right? The Prime, it will give you the 1 month of the subscription free. And while you enter the Prime, so they will ask you the credit card or the debit card details, and you have to enter for that 1 month subscription. Okay, that means they want to give you the free of cost for 1 month. They want to addict to that particular channel or something. So that is the business thing, right? The same way, coming to this database, right? The database companies will think they will give you some free additions. Okay, they will give you some free additions, and that additions if you are going to work on that, so companies will think, right? Okay, I'm using free itself, so you will addict it to that particular database. Okay, this database is working like this, and I'm going to, okay, I know this database very well, so I will buy that purchase one, the external one. Okay, the billable one. Okay, that is how the business will deal. Here, every database will have a two things. One is express addition and one is enterprise edition. Enterprise edition. So what is express edition and enterprise edition is nothing but, so when you are working with like free source, right? Whatever the free source here it is given, that is express edition. Okay, so this express edition will give you like, so very less features, but you can do some practice and it will have some default values. You can see some, these are the Scott and username, the default users will be there. Okay, that this express addition will give. Okay, you can practice this express addition, but interpretation is for the project level we are going to use. Further, the username password will be different, and the features of that interpretation, that storage and the whatever the other things, right? It will go into it will the fetching details and going, and whatever the performance things has to be improved, that will be add to this enterprise edition. Okay, so this enterprise edition will have a different local host, and that is the port and host name and the port. Those are different ones. So in always remember, you can't use this express edition details like local host and that whatever that this thing like local host thing and the port name. These are only you are using in your practice. Okay, when you went to the project and when you went to the organization, don't use that I have used this 1521 or other things, something like that. Okay, the enterprise edition details will be different. Okay, you have to get it from the project. Remember. Okay, and here I'm going to connect, and I'm by using this all entering this all properties, like whatever the properties like Oracle Scott and password is there. So I already entered the password, so no need to show you, like here it's not showing, and the local host and this is ORCL. Okay, that is how. So now see, I'm going to create the same thing, create table EMP, like EMP number, sorry, EMP table is already there here. By default, we will have a in Oracle, right? By default, we will have one EMP table for the practice purpose. They will give us. So this is the future they are giving, right? For you, you can do your practice here like this. The entire data they have given for a particular, and also you can see the some department data also. So you can do your practice with this by default. So like that, they will tell you, right? So this is the field source, and externally we are giving some data and some external, some internal tables so that you do the practice very well. That is what they are going to do, the give you the future slumps, like something like that. Okay, so I'm going to create one table EMP and do new. Okay, and here so by number. Okay, integer. Okay, and name. I'm not going to create a complete thing. Okay, vector. Okay, fine. So we'll see whether this table is created. See, what is the error? What is the error? Missing left parenthesis. Missing left parenthesis. What is what I'm do? Am I missing anything here? I have to give the size here. We'll see whether it is also working or not. Again, it's missing something. Name is already used by existing object. So I will give you the same name. So it is a 1. Okay. Now table created. So the problem is, so this is expecting a size in a database hierarchy. Of course, there is some new version. So new edition. This is the old version of this Oracle. So in some new versions, they are not expecting any size. So the version the version to version there will be a change. But how you are going to execute these commands in the SQL Oracle? This is the thing. And I always recommend you to use the run SQL command. This is SQL plus, right? This is one. Scott, Tiger, ORCL. So always try to work with this command prompt, not with now. Once you did a particular practice, right, or perfect practice, right, you are success in writing queries, right, then you go with this SQL developer. Because in command prompt, what you do, right, if you did any mistake, you have to enter entire query, something like from EMP, right? So it will not move like this. Okay, you have to enter it again and you have to write the complete query again. See, so I missed the star here. So I didn't go to the cursor. It is not moving to the before the from. So if that one I have to change, so I have to enter again the enter query. So that is how you can do the practice, because you have to write the enter query again and again. That will make you practice. Okay, do that thing. So try to work with the SQL place. Okay, you say like if you have the enough practice on the SQL side, SQL place, so you go with the SQL developer. Fine. And then I have done with the alter. So now I'm going to use the drop we have seen. Okay, fine. Truncate. Before the truncate, I have to insert the data, right? Are you getting confused in between the MS SQL or Oracle? It's fine, right? I want to show you the both the databases. Fine, right? So insert into EMP, okay, and the columns, right? Here I said like column should be given and employee number, EMP name, and salary. Okay, and the values. 101. Naren. And the salary is something like this. Okay. I added the create date, right? So we'll see. See, it is showing some errors right here. See, what is that? Syntax near the keyword column. Okay. Actually, what is that? What is happening? Like for insert, so in MS SQL, you don't need to require this columns to be given. Okay. By default, the database will take. Okay. Whatever you are entering the things right in the first after the table name, that it is concerning as a columns. Okay. Now it is going to be insert. String or binary data would be truncated in a table. EMP column name is truncated value n. What is the problem? What is the problem? So simple like that. See this employee name, right? Employee name, we are entering some data, but it is expecting some binary value. We have created only varchar, right? See. String or binary data would truncated in table. We'll see what are the columns available here. Okay, fine. Employee name, EMP name, and the salary. Okay, that is fine. We'll drop the created. We'll see. That is fine. Now I'm going to insert. Sorry. Just a minute. I'm going to give this size. Maybe the size is the issue. Okay. Yes. Because like, see, by default, where it is going to be a varchar without size, right? It is expecting something like binary value, something like that. Okay, that is the database behavior. So we can't do anything. So for the varchar, you can give the size. Okay, if you are seeing, if you're giving the size, so it is going to be enter. Clear? Now you can see the data is here. Okay, where we can find the same thing in the SQL developer. We will try to enter the data into this thing. Okay, insert into columns. Sorry, table name, right? EMP new one columns. What are the columns available? EMP number, comma, name, values, 101, comma. Here I'm giving the columns. See, we'll see like whether it is going to be executed or not. Here you have to do this question. See, one row inserted. If you are not going to give this column right here, it will throw. Oh, it will also give like the latest version is working like this. So you can give the columns or you cannot give the column. That is also works. So that is how the database is going to be work. Okay, so some databases based on their implementation you can work. So if you are giving here the columns, then it is taking a column. If you are not giving the columns, so that is like database will by default it's going to give us the first as a column names. Okay, fine. So this is the future they have given in the Oracle, but in Microsoft SQL you no need to give the columns or something like that. Fine. So this is what we are insert, and where it comes to the insert update, right? So you want to update the created. So I delete the created, right? I'm altered it. Okay. And I can see the data here. Okay. And create it is null. So I want to update the created. Update table name is emp. Okay. Set create date equal to. So for date also you have to give the quotations. Okay. For date also you have to give the quotations. And the date is not something like that. So what is the date? Today's date? Something, okay. I will give the 23/09/2023. Okay, will it work? So what it can do, like whatever the data available in the table, whatever the all the records, right? All the records will be updated here by using this update. Conversion fail when converting the date and or time from the character string. What does it mean by see? I will, okay, I will do one other table. Any other table is there? Yes, here in an EMP3, we have a create date. Okay. See, the format of the create date is like first year, then month, or then date. Okay, that is how it is going to be work. Like it is like the format is AYY, DD, this format. So database, this database allowing this format only. But how I am giving here the format, it is like DD, YY, this format, right? So this is the difference between the like the formats of the date. Okay, so you can of course you can change this format. There is a convert or a cast functions are there. So convert function is there. So that we'll discuss while learning on those functions, right? So now as of now, so if you want to enter this date value, right, you have to give only in this format. Then only the data will be entered. So like this, every database will follow some format. Okay, one format. That format will be, we have to enter. Okay, that is what I want to say. Like this is the format. Like if now we'll see whether it is going to be executed or not. One row insert. See. So that is how, like, while you are entering the data in the created, right? So you have to show, you have to see the what the format is following this database. Okay, what is the date format? Otherwise, you will get the error. Even you are filtering data, also you have to give this format only. Otherwise, you will get an error or you will not get the exact results. Clear? That is update and delete. Delete from EMP is fine. Look, you are going to delete the entire data. Okay, so where class will see while we will do something, right? This is how I like to see deleted. But thing is that so MS SQL for delete or truncate also, it is by default it is doing the commit. Okay, so that is what in MS SQL will do. But Oracle, I think like the older version we have seen, that is the external commit should be performed. We'll see now whether we delete EMP, have a new one, delete from table, right? From new one. So if you are entering this, 2 rows got deleted. Okay, so now we'll see whether I'm going to, I'm closing the connection. Okay. See, it is asking for commit changes. See, so this is how like Oracle is asking for the external commit, something like that. Okay, so delete will always wants to give the commit or something like that. Okay. And where it comes to that rollback is also you can do here. See, click on rollback. So the data will be available. Again, if you enter, right, it will ask you the data. So select star from EMP FNU1, right? Sorry, delete it. This version may be the problem. Data deleted and it is our default committed. But why it is asking for rollback, I don't know. But you can do the rollback here. I think. Rollback. Rollback completed. We'll see whether data will come up. No, data is not coming because it done some internal commits. Okay, so this is how the database will perform the transactional commits, right? Transactional commit by default. But actually, the thing is that initially, when the database is stored, right, for delete, we have to perform the external commit, okay, and the truncate will do the automatic commit, right? These are the DDL, DQL, and DML, and also TCL commands. And we have details practice. Now, see, for every table while creating, right? So here, while creating this table, right? So I'm from starting onwards, I'm telling like primary key or foreign key or something like that, right? So we have to do some constraints and columns. So what are the data should be entered and how the data should be entered in the table? Okay, whether the duplicates can be entered, whether the duplicates cannot be entered. Okay, and whether null can be entered on the column. So we are doing some constraint on a column so that so for the next level of utilization of this table will be very well. Okay, so that is how. So for the table level, right, for the column level, we can add some constraints. Okay, so those are the constraints. Like the first constraint is unique constraint, and second one is not null. Okay, and third one is primary key constraint. Okay, and fourth one is foreign key. Okay, and the fifth one is like a check constraint and default constraint. Okay, and also we can create a index. We can create our own index on this. So these are the main constraints while you creating a table we are going to use. Okay, so these are the very useful constraints while you are going to create a table. But what will this unique constraint will do? Okay, unique will give like when you are mentioning a particular column, suppose if you are taking an employee number, right? So if you are mentioning this is a unique constraint while creating a table, so it will allow only unique values. There will be not duplicates. If you do like 101 once, you can enter the data and again you can't enter the 101 again. That means see in a regular organization, right? So if you are as an employee, right? So employee number should not be repeat, right? So employee number should not be repeat. That is how this is happening. This is works, right? So if you are mentioning on the employee number as a unique, it is not going to give you the one more same employee numbers should be given. Okay, that is how the unique constant will be work. Not null means same thing, like it will not allow null values. So sometimes while you are entering the application or something like there is a red color asterisk, right? So that is what like it should not be blank or something like that. So what is happening on database level, the particular column, they make it as a not null. Okay, so for that not null value, you have to enter some value there. Okay, so how that the table you can give that particular column as a not null, then only it will expect some value from the end user. Okay, that is how this is not null. Primary key is nothing but So it is the combination of unique and not null. It will not allow unique values, and it will allow unique values, and also it will allow not null values. That means no duplication, no null values. Primary key. And also this primary key useful to make a relation between the other tables. Okay, so that is what primary key. And foreign key is nothing but it's the reference to the primary. It will allow duplicate values. Foreign key will allow duplicate values. Okay, but whenever you mention as a foreign key, that is a child table which has a relation between other parent table, that is called which is a primary key in another table. Got it? So foreign key always this constant used to make a relation between the other tables. Got it? And check constant. Check constant is nothing but suppose you want to make some like suppose while you entering that, so while you entering the password, you might also get some the password is not like it is not matching to the up to the mark or something like that. They're expecting some values to be entered before that. So while you suppose there is an amount field, right? So at least like while you purchasing any Flipkart or somewhere else, so the minimum order is like 500 or something like that. It shows, right? To apply any offer or something like that. That is what it is checking that particular premium or the amount column, whether this is exceeding the 500 or not, right? That type of check we are going to add in the column there. Okay, so that is check constant. Okay, and default is nothing but default value. So if you are not entering, so there will be some default value we will going to enter in that column. If you are entering some data, that is fine. That is the whatever you enter, that will be going to be enter into that particular column, right? So index is nothing but to improve the performance of the select query. We are going to add some indexes in the table level. Okay, the cluster index will be default one. So as I said, like in a table level, the cluster index, when you created a primary key, right? This primary key, the cluster index will be created out of it. Okay. Otherwise, you have if you want to enter the external index, right? So we can go with the indexes. Okay. So tomorrow we will see how we can use this in constants and the while creating this table. Okay, while creating table, we have to enter this constraint, and we will see the syntaxes, and we will perform these constraints on the table and how it is going to be performed in the while once you enter into the constraints of a particular column. That we will see tomorrow. Okay. Any doubts till now in today's class? No doubts, right? Okay. I will take it as no. Okay. Okay then. So that's it for today. Have a nice day, guys. Bye.